never get a black owner, do you think it's going to change?
Right, Bruce.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. See, why is this surprising to everybody? This been going on forever. You know what I mean? We got all these black billionaires. Why they don't get together and get a seat at the table so they can make some decisions on some of this stuff? They keep talking about the good old boy system. You need a seat at the table to make change. You can't keep just going in and say, I want to be a head coach. Put this money together and buy a team and get a seat at the table. That's the only way it's going to change. We get a couple of crumbs every now and then. You see a black head coach pop up and he disappears. You know what I mean? Forget the Rooney Rule. You know what I mean? That's nothing. That's nothing. They don't care nothing about no Rooney Rule. I want to get hired. I don't want to know that I just got interviewed. That don't mean nothing to me. You can bring me in all day if that's what the Rooney Rule is. Buy your team, get this money together, and buy a team so you can get a seat at the table. That's the only way it's going to change.
I just got one comment, but you got to be voted in. You got to be voted in by the rest of the teams. And
if you get that money, right, you get a team.
Listen, man, the money for the cost for an NFL team, this ain't no your regular. I got $1 billion. That don't even get you. You can't even buy ice cream with that money. You need for real. I mean, you need for real. You got Magic as a partner with someone else in Washington. You got Condoleezza Rice as a partner with Denver, but they don't own the team. You know, you need for real money to buy it.
What? We got enough people in our community that got big money. We're not looking for one person to buy a team. Every team there's owners out there, they got percentages. You know, we just got to be the majority owner. That's all. You know what I mean? We got plenty of money. But we don't want to use our money like that. You know what I mean? If we don't do it, it's never going to change. And history proved that. Everybody thought it was about Shador. This is much deeper than Shador. And they showing you this.
okay.
What, Doc?
Well, I can't speak much on it. I'm really learning right now because
too.
I never followed football that close to know about the coaches and all that. But I know this kind of thing go on in every sport. That's all I really thought much about. But I'm listening. I'm paying attention to the pastor and Bruce.
Yeah.
And,
well, one thing I would say, one comment. I know what Bruce is saying. I know what Pastor Ward is saying too. Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine how much an NFL team costs though. If the Lakers cost a lot of money, and the Knicks cost a lot of money, and the Yankees cost a lot of money, or the Red Sox, I can't even imagine what a football team will cost. You know, with all the people in a dome.
We got enough people. We got enough people that got big money. They got billionaires now.
That's true. That's true.
If you don't get together, nobody buys a team. That's why they got things for majority owners,
right?
Minority owners, because they have percentages.
Right.
We're not telling Shaq and Magic to go in there and buy a team. There's plenty of them that got money that can do that. But we just want to glamorize our money. We don't want to put it to work.
Right.
See, if you don't put it to work, it's never gonna work.
Right.
How long we been saying we need black coaches? Why we keep asking them for? Right. Put this money together. Everybody want to say they're a billionaire, but they ain't doing nothing with that money.
They ain't doing nothing with the money.
The average price for NFL team is $7.1 billion.
Exactly.
A B. Well, I'm just saying $1 billion ain't getting you. You ain't even buying. I mean, but I'm saying this. But you got the Walmart. You got people on Walmart. They own the team themselves. They don't need Magic and them to come in. You know what I mean? They got that kind of money. You know, so they are, and most of those teams are family owned, unless a couple of them, have. But most of them are the Crafts. They don't need Magic to come help them. They own the team themselves.
Yeah, but see, only time they use people like Magic and Jay-Z, they maybe get 2%, 5%, but they're using them for their name. They know their name is big. They're not in it. They're not in it like that.
All right, go ahead, Bishop. Let Bishop and Henry and Kevin.
I mean, and Walt brought it up. A couple of things. It said $7.1 billion, and that's with minimum equity.
Right.
That is the lowest. Cowboys are averaging out at about $1 million. The Raiders, believe it or not, are about $9.7 billion. So it's not small money. Rose, I like your idea, but the truth of the matter is, man, we've got to find the right people to make this happen. And then let's do this right. There's a politics in pro sports on every level. We're talking about pro football right now. You already said it, Larry. They got to be voted in. If the quote unquote good old boys don't want you in, I don't care what kind of money you got, you are not getting in. All right. End of story. So really, you got to get past all the red tape before you can even have a seat at the table. And 90% chance if they don't like you, they're going to try to put you on the back of the bus first chance they get.
Don't play.
You know what you would say. Here it is. All right, let me show you something. And I'm gonna do this two ways.
Get a lot.
When players get these $1 million contracts, they are not thinking about people like me and you. We're the average Joe. We're the ones who buy the tickets, who go to the concession.
Don't never move.
Yeah, but the problem is, just like Black Friday and Christmas, give them a bargain or some kind of sale. They don't care what you think. They're going to get it. Me, I'm not professionally, meaning as a truck driver, I don't even want to be in the business anymore because they have undercut the prices. It's, that person that wants the deal of the century for little or no money is the reason why we're having this conversation today.
I go ahead, my brother, and then I go with Kendall. Andy, go ahead. You got any comment on that?
Well, right now we're in a new day and time because the man in the White House has already set the orders on how things is going to go. So as far as in there, it's even if they're removing all the Black History stuff, all the stuff. So as far as the NFL was already like that, that just gives them the green light just to keep it the way it is. So it's not going to get any better. It's just going to get worse. So as far as having Black owners, that's not going to happen. As far as Black coaches, I mean, you see what's going on. They don't care nothing about all that Rooney order. Donald Trump done set the precedent on how things is going in America. And if nobody can't see that, then that's what's happening. That's from the White House.
Politics there, Henry, like I said earlier. The politics really is what it is. Politics is in sports like you would never believe.
Oh, we believe it. We know that. Yeah, we believe it.
At a higher level.
What Henry was talking about is very important because,
yes,
I know Bruce said, forget the Rooney Rule, but without the Rooney Rule, you don't even get a smell of it. So that's what Donald Trump just did when he took all that, about minorities had to have a percentage or have it. He said, no, don't do that. So this is just roll over to that now. And your New England Patriot guy, he's a big contributor to the Trump campaign. So I mean, this is just plain right. They like Henry said, this just gave them the green light. Say, okay, we got hire none. We ain't got to listen to no Rooney Rule, because that's what he's about.
Yeah, but
20 of the 32 owners in the NFL are all Donald Trump supporters as well.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right. Go ahead, Kendall.
Well, this is the golden rule. Whoever has the goal makes the rule. So let's think about that, Anthony. What did you just tell me? You said 20 out of 32. That's 10/16. That's 5/8. That's more than half. So it is what it is. I mean, the bottom line is that there is no seat at the table. Speaking of Robert Kraft, he didn't even make it into the Hall of Fame. That was just announced, Yeah, well, the bottom line with the NFL is that is the original, in the sports world, the good old boys network, period. So listen, Rooney Rule was just something that was placed there, but now, as the administration, things have changed. We're not going to be constitutional because we don't actually have to worry about a constitution. We're not doing anything with it. So, we're just making rules. So the Rooney Rule is what? A loony rule now. It's just, it doesn't matter, so it is what it is. And that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
All right, so we got
It's a historical. I just wanted to bring this one thing. It's related, but it's not related. There's a former owner. I'll make this as quick as possible. There's an owner. I know you guys are familiar with the former baseball owner, Bill Veeck, owned the White Sox, owned the Indians. Well, back in the late 30s, early 40s, he was going to go try and buy the Philadelphia Phillies, and he was going to fill the roster with players from the Philadelphia Stars of the
From the
Negro.
Negro League. Yeah.
Just,
Yep.
they had just won the Negro League, the Negro National League Championship. Well, wind of it got to the owners of Major League Baseball. They basically he was blocked, and another owner wound up buying the Phillies.
Philly,
Now,
yeah.
think of how history might have changed if Beck was allowed to. Whatever this would have been happened way before Jackie Robinson, was picked and everything else. But I say all that to basically say things are different, opportunities are different, but unfortunately, the mentality still exists. And to me, a lot of times, the mentality is bigger than the bucks, because I agree with Bruce. I think we can get a conglomerate of Black professionals or what have you to own a team. The Green Bay Packers are still publicly owned. They're the only professional sports team that's like that, and that can still be done. But unfortunately, what hurts also is the mentality more than anything else.
Can't disagree with that.
No, that's true.
All right, so what you guys think about the Black coaches though? You think is would that change at all?
That's the trickle down. That's just a result. Starts from the top. It's
Yeah.
just going to trickle down. It is what it is. We're going to give you a shot, and the tables are stacked so much against you that you're not going to have that chance, the normal chance. So, you win for us, you make us money, that's fine. And you don't, it's not a big deal to them.
But in every industry, you got
right there. If you think about it, the most qualified coach who should have gotten a coaching job this year, Brian Flores. What happened? And I mean, there were 5 teams that wanted to hire him. And my guess is, and it's my guess, my opinion only, and just my opinion, there was probably rumor or a backstage pass that says if you hire him, you're going to have some trouble. Not that Flores was the trouble. The problem is they're still punishing him for the Miami thing.
How
absolutely.
about Eric Bieniemy?
Yes, they are. They are.
They are. They definitely punishing Flores for. We said that when they started it. He's the more. You can't say the brother can't coach, but he still has an ongoing lawsuit against the NFL. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's they're punishing him for that. But you got the guy from the Denver Broncos. He should got a head coach. Saleh got another opportunity, but you still, in every organization, every business, you got gatekeepers. You got gatekeepers, man. You got those that if he, like Raheem Morris, got the job because he came from the McVay tree. You got gatekeepers, man. So.
Let me throw one more out there. You guys remember Lovie Smith?
Yeah.
Didn't do that bad a job. He didn't do that bad a job. But what happened?
Well, he was in the Super Bowl against Tony Dungy. Tony Dungy won his Super Bowl against Lovie Smith, 2 Black coaches. Indianapolis versus Chicago.
Yeah,
my point is, Kendall,
thing
too
is,
much
at
popularity in that respect, because this same argument or this same discussion we're having today took place back then, and as quickly as it came to the surface, it got buried again, because I didn't think the higher ups wanted to see that ever again.
All right, but Bruce got something to say. Go ahead.
The rule is NFL rule is the owner team. You gotta go through a very big background check, and 24 of 32 teams gotta vote you in.
Okay.
24 of 32. That mostly everybody.
That's the majority right there.
You about to start a new franchise or just to buy
And
it?
you're not getting in.
To either buy one or they're not talking expansion.
No, they're talking. Yeah.
Right now, at least they're trying to push the 18 games schedule now. That's the biggest thing. But also to piggyback on Lovie, his last year in Chicago, out of the 32 teams in the NFL, he was the 30th highest paid.
I'm coming back in. I can't hear
league.
Nobody.
Interesting.
Yeah, don't forget, y'all. They got guys like Byron Leftwich that won a Super Bowl and was a great coordinator.
Exactly.
And to show the people that they don't care nothing about the Rooney Rule, they're gonna bring a guy like Phillip Rivers out of retirement after 5 years non-playing, and his highest thing was coaching high school, and they offered him a head coaching job. That tells me everything I need to know.
There you go.
Jeff Saturday was working at ESPN when he got the Colts job.
Think about that.
Stunk up the place. You ain't got to get
you got one lucky win and he gets a coaching job.
You know what I mean?
One lucky, and I say lucky because that was a lucky win. Come on.
Yeah.
Every now and then they throw a crumb, and when that crumb don't turn into bread, they get rid of it.
What else you got, bro? What else you got?
Okay, I want to talk about Salah for a minute. You know, the job he did in Miami and to go to San Francisco within less than a year, come back as a head coach. Do you think they blame the organization instead of the coach?
Talking about the Jets or Miami?
I'm talking about the team that picked him up. Do they blame the Jets or do they blame the coach?
Probably they blame the Jets because he's resurfaced again. And let's be honest, because of the Jets being so inept, they're an easy target. You know, what do they, you know, they go through coaches like we go through underwear, unfortunately. And it makes it easier for them. And you know, look, Salah did do a good job as, you know, helping, you know, San Francisco, considering all the injuries and everything else. But again, Byron Leftwich led the Bucks to the Super Bowl with Tom Brady, and he's still without a job. You know, we can, you know, and even when look how long it took even Dungy to get his first, and Dungy had been with other Hall of Fame coaches and all of it. And again, it's you know, it's frustrating because all you want is to be you want it to be in a perfect world. You want it to be a level playing field, but when you know it's already not a level playing field, and it just makes it very, very tough. And look, we're all fans of the game. We like to watch the games or whatever, but when we see how the donuts are made, it really makes it tough to, you know, to follow it.
You kind of lose your appetite.
Okay, Anthony.
Yes, sir.
With Caldwell, did Tony Dungy try to talk to him before the Super Bowl, and he didn't want to hear it? He said he got to do it his way.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, there's going to be personal, you know, things like that as well. But the thing is, the interesting thing with Caldwell to me is that this was a guy who was a good college coach at Wake Forest. You know, no, he wasn't a Hall of Fame coach, but he was a fairly decent college coach, and he was a quarterbacks coach. He was a offensive coordinator. So he did everything that they asked you to do. You were good in college. You were a high assistant. I believe he was I want to say he was assistant head coach when he was with Dungy.
Yes.
As well. So he did everything. He checked off all the boxes. But again, I go back to what I was saying before. It's attitudes and relationships or lack of relationships. You know, there's a reason why Josh McDaniels keeps name always surface. There's a reason why the Gruden's names always seems to resurface. It's these relationships and lack of relationships, unfortunately, that keeps guys out. And there's still a mentality. They still look at athletes and coaches and former players who want to become coaches. They still look at them as subservience. I mean, you saw the little thing Warren Sapp did, even in the little time he had in Colorado. Their defense got better. I mean, they still had problems, but you would think that someone would look at that and say, "Hey, maybe he would do that, in the pros as well." But it never ceases to that. They'll always get the hot young, coach or whatever. Put it this way: there's probably a better chance that Signetti from Indiana could get a head coaching job tomorrow than some of these guys who have been assistants for 5-10 years.
Go ahead, Kendall. Go ahead, Kendall.
Yeah, I agree with that. I totally agree with that. I just think that, once again, we're not saying it, but let's call it for what it is. It's called a plantation system. It is what it is. I mean, the bottom line, it's not going to change. And now, as Henry had eloquently broke out that the administration is, I mean, they're 20 out of 32 owners are literally, part of that situation there. So, I mean, to be perfectly honest, shut up and play. That's the mentality.
Yeah. Look at how they did. Look at how they did Eric Bieniemy with Kansas City, your team.
That's what I say. He should have a job.
Now they try to say that he wasn't the cause of them winning. So they said that Andy Reid, since he was the offensive guru, they didn't need Eric Bieniemy because it was all Andy Reid anyway. Then soon as nobody talked about this, but soon as Eric Bieniemy left, that offense hadn't been the same since. You know what I mean? And now they turn around and bring him back.
Brought him back, of course.
You know what I mean? I would have made them get on TV and admit that they were wrong or get rid of me before.
They got Super Bowl without him, though.
No, but Bruce, the thing about that, Eric Bieniemy is good. I'm glad we was going to bring that up. But they said that he didn't interview well, and when he went to the Commanders at that time, it didn't turn out good. They didn't even bring him back. So that was his perfect opportunity when he went to the Commanders, like you said. Now he did Ullman's job with Kansas City, and I was just going to say now, because they just hired their offense coordinator to go to the Giants. So from Kansas City, so a great opportunity for Bieniemy to come back and prove himself. Not only is a lot of things, not the X's and O's, but he held the guys accountable. That was his.
Yes.
Because when he went to the Commanders, they didn't like him because he was getting in their butt. It wasn't about X and the O's. It was about he made them hold them accountable of how they played on the field. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead, Bishop. You want to say something?
Well, no, I'm listening on this one because I'm kind of not in the dark per se. I have knowledge of it, but not enough to really comment behind it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm a pass.
But the new guy, Kendall and Amp, the new guy is the other. The thing is, it's the connection. Someone brought that up about the connections, man. You got to have those connections. Now the new name is the LaFleurs. You got the LaFleur brothers all over the place. Where they come from? Shanahan and the Rams coach. That's their tree. Now, if you're in that one, all of the Rams offensive coordinators are head coaches now. All the excellents are all head coaches. The coach from Minnesota came from the Rams. The coach from Cincinnati came from the Rams. The new LaFleur brother they're all from the Rams tree. Every one of them are from the Rams tree. Now they got the new kid. I can't say his name. It's a long name, but he's biracial. He's the new hot thing. He's going to be a head coach next year. He's the Rams offensive. He's their quarterback. He's their game coordinator. He's going to be the next head coach, Stella or something. But yeah.
Bruce got a question. Go ahead.
You know what bothers me too is that, have you ever heard that a white coach was interviewed and they said he had a bad interview? They did the same thing with Shador, so I don't buy it.
Exactly.
They don't want to hire us. The first thing they want to say is we had a bad interview. I never heard them say that about no white candidate for head coach, that they had a bad interview. Either they was hired or they wasn't. You know what I mean?
That's true. What about you? Any comments, bro?
No, not on that topic. No.
All right, go ahead, Don. You want to say something?
No.
All right, go ahead, Larry. What you got?
Okay, what I want to talk about is the Seahawks and the Patriots.
Ooh.
Now, this game could go either way, or it could be a blowout. My thing is right now, I can believe it can get out of hand real quick. I think it's going to be a blowout. I think it ain't even gonna be close.
You're right. New England gonna blow them out.
So funny, so funny. Because I feel if they get after him, he's not gonna be able to handle it. And I ain't talking about Donald neither. Donald got experience. And in the Super Bowl, that's one of the most important things, for your first time going to Super Bowl, you ain't been in this league many years. You're gonna get a lot of, you're gonna get a lot of excitement. You're gonna be jittery. You don't know what to expect, and especially in the beginning of the game, I think May gonna make a few mistakes. What do you think, Walter?
I think that they have to be careful that the young coach don't get out coached by Vrabel. That's what I think. Vrabel has much experience being in the Super Bowl, winning the Super Bowl with the Patriots. He knows that way if he can keep them calm down. But I think I agree with you. I think that Seattle has a great opportunity to blow them out if they don't turn the ball over and he don't get out coached by Vrabel. Because if you look at the Patriots, they had one of the easiest schedules in the NFL this year. You beat Denver without their quarterback. The quarterback had a broken leg, and you beat the Texans when their quarterback might as well had a broken leg because he kept throwing the ball to the wrong team. So I mean, you know what I mean. So but on the flip side, Seattle's playing lights out, and their defense is awesome. So the Patriots' offense has struggled this year, and their defense is okay, but I don't know if they can stop. If Darnold don't put the ball in harm's way and don't throw the ball to the other team, I think that Seattle. I think it's going to be a blowout. It might be like 35-10. That's what
Henry, you said the Patriots going to blow them out. Give me your opinion then.
Yeah, I really, because being down here in Florida, I don't see New England a lot unless they come on the late night. But what I saw in the playoffs on their defense, I was really impressed. I thought the defense was really good. And to me, it's like Sam Darnold. I just think he played so well so year. I think the Patriots are going to turn him over. That's just my take. We'll have to wait and see. But I think New England defense is better than a lot of people giving them credit for.
But you said in the playoffs they played Denver without a quarterback.
It's okay.
No, it ain't okay.
You got to play. You got to play.
Zero quarterback.
Okay, zero quarterback.
Now, I'm going to ask you this. If they would have lost to the quarterback, then I would understand, but they won.
Yeah, but you said their defense is awesome. They play without a quarterback. They should be awesome.
It was supposed to be.
I like their defense. So do you think New England don't have a good defense?
I think they're good, but I don't think they're in the same league as with Seattle. No.
Okay, but the
quarterback,
but
they're not the same.
But the quarterback, he got to go against that defense. So we just got to see how he does.
Okay.
All right. Your turn, Bishop. Go ahead. Who you guys?
Well, of course, I'm an NFC guy, so I'm going with Seattle. Blowout? No, I kind of think it'll be a little closer than that, more like 21-17. And I got to give May his due, his receivers their due, his running back their due, their defense, and their special teams. But they are evenly matched. The difference here is Seattle has a special teams guy. He could take it to the house at any given point in time. Yeah. And to me, that's the slight difference there. And then their field goal kickers, I'm just looking at the comparison. Seattle has a better field goal kicker. Of course, it didn't look like it the other day when they played, but he is a better field goal kicker. So, I mean, they have a minor edge, not by much. I got Seattle by 4.
All right. Kendall, go ahead, bro.
I'm thinking this. First of all, I think Seattle has a better team, but I think that, this old Drake May, deer in the headlights. Well, he has access to another guy who had a young blood, deer in the headlights, and I saw him come out there. I think it was like 2001. We might know him. Some guy named Tom Brady. We're going to see if he's going to make it to the Hall of Fame. I mean, come on, Bill Belichick didn't go. Robert Kraft didn't go. But this guy literally replaced a Drew Bledsoe, who at the time had more yards than any quarterback in the NFL. So I'm thinking that, you got Tom Brady in his ear in New England, unless Tom Brady's going to drink the haterade and not want him to go. And I don't think that's the case. 'Cause I think he and Vrabel are pretty cool. So I think it's going to be a little bit closer than we think. I mean, Seattle's got, they got the bells and whistles, and Drake May's been sacked 5 times in the last 2 games. If that happens with Seattle, game's over. I'm going with New England. I'm going with New England for the upset. I think Seattle's a better team. I just think that history can repeat itself. He has Tom Brady's ear, and what was Tom Brady thinking when he was going against the greatest show on turf? We just knew the Rams were going to repeat that year. Mike Martz had replaced Dick Vermeil. They had it going on. Marshall Faulk, Kurt Warner's story was just amazing. Some kid, man, from Michigan who told Robert Kraft, "I'm going to be the best draft choice you've ever had in your life." Had a split time in Michigan with Brian Greasy, just had to prove himself. And I just think that, New England has that.
Let me tell Kendall this real quick. Drake May didn't practice last practice because he's having trouble with his wrist.
Shoulder. Yeah.
Shoulder.
That don't bother you? Or shoulder?
Nope.
No,
He says it's fine.
No, that's throwing shoulder. Well, you got a couple of
You got 600 pounds landing you on the ground. That shoulder may have some more difficulty.
Pastor Walt, did I go with Anthony? I know you got to leave me, Anthony. Go ahead, Pastor Walt.
Oh, I already went. Let Ant go. I went. I went first.
Yeah, the thing here is you got 2 newbies as quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. Both of them have never gone. So, in a sense, they may sort of cancel each other out. I got to give Seattle a little bit of an edge, only because I just think their defense is just a little bit better. The Patriots defense got better and better and better as the year went along. I don't take that away from them, but it's something about what Seattle has been able to do all year defensively is that they're really, they've been the top defensive team all year. I don't think it'll be a blowout unless there's an injury or something to that effect. I think it'll be a close game going into the 4th quarter, but I just think Seattle will be able to just pull it out in the end.
So too.
All right, go ahead, Bruce.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a close game too, man.
Yeah.
I don't think that May is going to be intimidated. I think he's ready for this. So, but I want to see Don.
We don't want to come in before it gets busy.
Okay. Go ahead, Bruce.
Yeah, I like New England, but I want to see Donald win it. I want to see Donald win it bad. You know what I mean? So he had that comeback story. You know what I mean? This would be nobody in that ever watched football picked Donald to go to the Super Bowl this year.
You're right.
You know what I mean? I would love to see him. I would love to see him win it.
I mean, especially even last year, but he won 14 games.
Right. And didn't get no respect.
Hey, listen, why do you think Kwesi lost his job? His bosses called him an idiot, say, "You got to go."
Yeah, but why did the man get to the Super Bowl to get
something wasn't right. There's a story behind that, but go ahead back around the horn. I'll tell you about it in a little bit.
I'm definitely picking Seattle. As time went on, at first I didn't like Donald because I was listening to Bishop. And I started listening to my own self, and I started
blame me.
Jumping on the bandwagon.
Yeah. And Jerry, he been his own man since he was 12 years old. Now it's my fault. He was hating on Donald.
Anyway, I think Donald was playing really good going into the playoffs. So is Drake May. I give them both they do when it comes to this. But I'm gonna give Donald the edge. He's playing really great. And that snow, we couldn't really see what Drake May could really do in that snow.
Right.
I think that messed him up a lot. But he might come out.
But with Denver too. I mean, like I said, they have a quarterback. I'm
just talking about that as the point to the game coming up.
No, I got you.
Nothing to do with that game.
I got you. See, I want to bring up something too with the other game. You know, when the guy went for the 4th down. Now, if you'd have scored that, they would have been up 14, right? They would have won the game. Because New England only scored 10 points, right? But they only scored 10 points.
Yeah.
10-7.
Yeah.
So if don't win games.
We know that.
Why you keep bringing it up? You brought it up last week. If don't win.
You know what?
Let's look at it that way.
We're talking about if coming up. We don't know what's happening this week.
We're just picking a team. We ain't talking
if. All right, anyway.
See, there's a difference.
Okay.
That play already done. They got messed that play up. That's the way you got to look at it. Okay. He messed it up by not going for that kick or whatever. He messed that play up.
See what Mike Tomlin said about if.
All right, who did I miss? Got anybody? Go ahead, Larry. What else you got before we go to basketball?
Yeah, go to basketball. That's all I have.
Hey, before you guys, what about Bishop's question?
Yeah, what about the 10 running backs?
Dealing with basketball. You be dealing with football.
Well, I mean, I saw this in a post, and the quarterbacks that they named, the running backs that they named, great running backs, but seems to me there are some names missing there. And my question is, looking at that list, and I'm trying to pull it up now, who would you take off the list and who would you add to the list?
Well, what's the list again, though? You got to get the name of the list again, though. Who you got on the list?
I'm trying to get back to it.
Well,
now.
I'm going to tell you something. When he retired, he was the third leading rusher. He had 4 Super Bowls. Franco Harris should be on that list. Gale Sayers should not even be on that list. Period. And you got to think, Emmitt Smith, and I'm not a Cowboys fan, should be a little bit higher because he had Michael Irving on the side. I mean, Emmitt Smith did his in the flow of the game and literally won Super Bowls. Yeah, Barry Sanders, probably the most talented running back there is, 10 straight 1,000-yard seasons. But I think the person that set the precedent has to be Jim Brown.
Yeah.
Period. He retired because things were different. Imagine if Jim Brown even played a 16-game season. He played a 12-game season for about 9 yards, averaged over 5 yards a carry, and out of every single running back on that list, he's the only one to average 100 yards a game his entire career. The list starts right with him.
All right. Now, here's the list right here. Barry Sanders, they got it number 1 in this order. Walter Payton, 2. Jim Brown at 3. Eric Dickerson at 4. Emmitt Smith at 5. Adrian Peterson at 6. LaDainian Tomlinson at 7. Marshall Faulk at 8. Gale Sayers at 9. And O.J. Simpson at 10. And personally, I think O.J. Simpson should be rated just a little bit higher than 10.
I think so.
About 4.
That's the ranking?
That's what they're ranking. They're ranking these running backs as the top 10 of all time. And there were running backs I'll say I wasn't aware of back in the 60s when it was just the NFL league, the Super Bowl era. And I'm gathering this has got to be the Super Bowl era here. So, I'm thinking OJ should be in the top 4. Why is he number 10?
I agree.
Where's Earl Campbell?
That's my point.
Over Gale Sayers.
Well, Gale Sayers.
What about Tony Dorsett?
I'm going to say Dorsett. Where's Dorsett?
They're missing. And I can't throw too many in there because they've done some things, but they haven't done enough.
Where's Marcus Allen?
Marcus Allen, absolutely, yeah.
Well, listen, if you're gonna throw Marcus Allen in, where's Bo Jackson and where's Chuck
Foreman?
Nah,
Bo Jackson.
Bo
Jackson too short.
He didn't play long enough.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, but there's
you know what? There's a lot of guys, a lot of good players on there. LT is good, but I wouldn't put him over Marcus Allen. I don't think he accomplished as much as Marcus Allen. Franco Harris, are we talking about the best or most accomplished or accomplished the most? You know what I mean? Because I don't know.
Franco wasn't that good.
Eric the Great
wasn't that good.
No, I agree. That's what I'm saying. Accomplished or just a good player. Eric the Great, man, he's up there. OJ should definitely be higher than number 10, as far as I'm concerned.
Be top 4.
Yeah.
Or top 5.
4 or 5 at least. That's minimum right there for OJ.
Man.
And then I don't have a problem with Adrian Peterson, but Adrian Peterson.
No, I don't think he should be on the list.
Adrian shouldn't. Adrian was a monster.
Yeah, I know, but he's not better than Marcus Allen. He's not better than Marcus Allen.
What about
He's not better than Tony Dorsett either.
I don't know.
Adrian does have the all-time record for a game like 275 or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, but he's
That's
still
what I
not
call
better than
all day, man.
consistently. He's not better than to me.
Yeah.
Not Dorsett.
Yeah. Oh, Adrian Peterson was a monster. I'm just, just for my taste, I guess you would say. I
But
would not.
what about accomplishments? What about yards?
What about who, Henry? You said Herschel Walker?
Yards.
Yeah,
Head to head.
Oh yeah, Hershey Walker, he was great too.
Yeah, but who would you
last
take
long.
off the list?
You know
He
what
been
takes
top 20, but who you gonna take off the list?
You know what takes
You can't take Eric Dickerson off the list.
But no, Derek Dixon definitely should be up there. And I think Gail Sayers should be off the list.
And LaDainian Tomlinson.
Tony Dorsett should be there.
Nah, Gail. You think Tony Dorsett was better than Gail Sayers?
Yes.
Nah.
Oh, no. Jesus, no. No.
Yeah, but I think-
That's what I think.
Back in that day, they considered him like a gazelle for the way he ran, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
He was Barry Sanders before Barry Sanders, Gail Sears.
There you go.
I have to be honest because I don't really remember him playing. I remember more the movie, the Brian song, the movie.
Yeah.
And him actually playing football.
Right.
Okay, I remember OJ.
Oh, yeah.
More
Now,
than Gail
let me
Sayers.
ask you a
I
question.
don't recall seeing him play, so I can't really give an honest opinion. Now, Tony Dorsett, I grew up on Tony Dorsett.
Right.
All right, let me
So
throw
I can
something
give my
out there.
opinion. So Gail Sayers,
somebody
I
help me
can't
remember.
really. That's the only reason why I say I don't think he blows.
I hear you.
Because my eyeballs never seen him play, so I can't really give an honest evaluation of what I really think because I never seen him play.
Yeah, Roger Craig was a bad boy too for the 40s.
He was.
He ain't even in the Hall of Fame, man, so you can't put him on the list.
He's not in the top 10.
He ain't even in the Hall of Fame, so you can't put him on the list.
All right.
Hey, watch this. Well, we got one too many Cowboys up here already. No, let me stop.
That's 49. Roger Craig's 49.
Do you remember the running? There's a running back, Ernie. I can't think of his last name. Hard runner. I mean, a really hard runner. I saw a video on it. I wouldn't put him on this list, but I was just wondering, that second tier of running backs.
Okay.
Can we develop a second tier of running backs to put on that list? Because I mean, some of these guys on here I would replace. The Franco Harris would go in, and I don't know who I would take out. I'd probably, if I had to.
What, come on, the top 10, Franco Harris?
Yeah.
No way.
No. I ain't calling them top 10. I said I wouldn't take that. I'm trying
Henry,
to.
why not?
Marshall Falk, I would
Them other
replace
guys
Harris
are more
with.
talented. Frank, he was
No way.
Marshall.
Marshall Falk? Are you kidding me? No way. You can't put Franco Harris over Marshall Falk.
Rams, he was great. I enjoyed him. A breakaway run. But I think a grinder. Basically, to me, Harris was a grinder. But I mean, he didn't have that big run that we're used to seeing. But when he needed to get the job done, he got it done. And not necessarily how that 60-yard dash that they get away with. Hey, it is what it is.
Okay.
All right.
We get some basketball in right quick. Come on, Henry.
Well.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the James Harden want to get traded. What you guys' thoughts on
that? Again?
He's trying to go to Cleveland.
Again?
I think he should go to Cleveland. I think
for Garland.
I think it's a good trade.
Who that?
I think
James Harden.
Yeah, I think Harden need another shot, and this will be his last shot. I think Cleveland a good place. At least he can get out of the East if him and Mitchell can play good together.
No, I don't see them playing good together. Both of them need that ball.
Yeah, well,
what they gonna do with Garland?
Two of them. Garland going to he's getting traded. He be gone.
I didn't see Garland name up there on that trade.
That's who they trading Garland for.
They're trying.
Is that going to really be a straight up trade?
No,
yeah, because of the price, the money.
So I don't know how it's gonna go, but
except for Harden is up for renegotiation, so the money matches now, but it won't next year or something like that.
I mean, why throw away your future? If ain't gonna come and secure your future.
Well,
championship.
Well, Jackson to Utah.
Yep. Jaren Jackson Jr. is at Utah. Yeah. And Vukovic from Chicago's with the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, I know. That's a big trade right there.
That's a big one.
That's a big
Boston's
trade.
trying to come out of the East now.
Man, that's a big trade right there, man.
Yeah.
Oh. My goodness.
And they needed a big man. They just gave him one.
They got him. They got their big man.
Yep.
Andy, which goes on the trade block?
When's
Too,
the
like,
trading deadline? This Thursday?
Nobody gonna give up nothing.
They didn't actually have Anthony Davis' name out there when they was talking about it today. His name didn't pop up.
Who's that?
Nobody wants right now. You got to get healthy.
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis.
Oh.
Hurt. So who won it right now?
Right.
That's true.
When is the trading deadline?
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday.
Wow. And then for New York, I know the rumors, and that's all they are, just rumors. But what do you think New York might do, Bruce?
Giannis. They want Giannis.
Yeah, but they ain't gonna get. They want too much.
They got to give up a lot of stuff for Giannis. If they're going to give up the draft places, I say do it. But if they're giving up something, this is a right down team. And
They said Giannis is going to the Timberwolves.
Think so? Yeah,
They got all kinds of scenarios going on.
Yeah, the Timberwolves want him.
Yeah, Timberwolves want him.
Yeah, and you put him with Ant-Man.
why would Milwaukee trade Giannis to Minnesota? And aren't they in the same division?
Who's that?
No.
Okay, so
Minnesota's in the West.
okay, I'm sorry.
West.
I'm looking at it geographically. You got to excuse me.
Yeah, geographically, they're close.
But you know what, Bruce, with Mike Brown, this is what he do, man. He first year, man, he got that offense humming, man. Open all them open threes. This is what Mike Brown does, man. For the Knicks, this is what he does.
Yep.
Problem is, we
Give
need
them open shots.
What else we need? We need something, a little extra something. You know, focus is the little extra something we need. So I'll just throw that out there.
Well, you need to worry about Detroit in the East.
Man, please. Detroit's always been a nemesis.
Yeah.
I like the Celtic team, man. The Celtic team is tough. Wow.
All right.
Without Jason Tatum.
Yeah, man, they tough without Jason Tatum, man. They tough. Wow.
So what's Brown? He still complaining. He feel he's still not getting his due with the Celtics. He's still not getting his due because Tatum's still standing in his way, and Tatum ain't even playing.
He the new Scottie Pippen.
He was complaining.
He will never get no respect.
Well, if they win this year without Tatum, Tatum might come back. He might not. But
yeah.
Then they got to give him his due, right?
Right. I think so. Oh yeah, definitely. If he win it this year, oh yeah, they tough though, man.
Yeah.
They just traded. They just traded for the center.
Right. That's what we're talking about from the Bulls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vukovic.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he was a start. Vukovic was a starter for the Bulls.
Oh, yeah.
2-time All-Star.
He's good. He's real good.
Right. That's why I said they needed a big man. They just gave him one.
He's like a 7-footer. He's nice.
I'm shaking my head because why are you dismantling your team? I don't think you're going in.
Didn't he come from the Orlando Magic before he went to Chicago?
I think so.
Yeah, before. Yeah, he was good down there.
Yeah.
Why are they dismantling their teams before the season? Well,
money. It looks like Chicago trying to rebuild because they made a couple of different trades.
Well, they traded all their guys away.
Yeah. So they trying to
Caruso,
rebuild.
DeRosa, the other boy,
Levine.
Yeah, and now about the other guy, they got rid of all the guys.
Well, that's why he wanted to go because he thought he had opportunity when he joined there, the Rosa, and they traded him all away. So he's like, I want to go to a contender. So they gave him his wish.
Levine and all the other guys they sent to Sacramento, they ain't doing nothing.
Well, we're gonna have to wait and see what happens because with this shakeup, if it sounds anything like the way you guys are talking, we could see some huge differences in each conference, in each division.
Take it up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because the trade deadline.
Yeah.
Thursday the deadline.
4 and 5.
What the Lakers gonna do, Henry?
Popcorn.
I don't know. They don't have too many pieces to really give away. I mean, to get somebody in nice. I don't know, man. Because you know Luka ain't going nowhere. I don't know, man.
They already did what they're gonna do. They got Luca. That's it. They're gonna just watch him throw the ball. They just gonna watch him throw the ball up and watch the guy that he's guarding go and run right by him. That's what they're gonna do. That's what they're gonna do.
Oh, that's funny. They'll run right by him, huh?
Oh yeah, him and Austin Reed, they don't play no defense, man. They
None.
can score now.
They can score now. He'd be scoring and smiling at him, but they don't play no defense.
Play that.
Hey, but the name of the game is put the ball in the hole. Whoever puts the ball in the hole,
some level of
wins the
concern.
game.
I should hire somebody to play defense for him.
You know what I mean? Yes.
Terrible.
They wanted Marcus Smart, and they got the other guy, Vanderbilt, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Vanderbilt. Yeah.
Marcus Smart, he ain't playing that bad, no.
Yeah, but he was the defensive player of the year one time, right?
Yeah, but he about 2 years old now.
Yeah, they definitely missing Austin Reed, though, man. Yeah, they missing Austin Reed.
On offense, but who they really need is a young LeBron James because he can run people down, block the shots.
They trying to be like the Denver Nuggets back in D'Annis's day. To outscore everybody.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to do, score 150 points a game.
That's not gonna work though.
But they tough out there in the West. They got too many young teams out in the West, man.
Yeah, they do.
Too many young teams out in the West, man.
Yeah.
No, too many young teams.
Well, I'll say this much: the NBA champion is coming out of the West again. That's
Yeah.
all I'll say.
Yeah, Austin won it last year, didn't they? Oh no,
Okay.
OKC. OKC. But you know, Bruce, we were talking about there, Detroit, man. They got that 1 year last year, you know, that first year coming around. Now they experienced, man. And they just got the kid Herter, you know, because they need somebody to shoot the ball from the outside.
Yeah.
And they just got Herter.
Too, you know, they had a trade today too.
Herter. They got Herter. Herter
for Detroit.
They got Herter. Outside shooter.
Yeah,
with the red hair. That's what they need, an outside shooter. They got
I like Cunningham, man. He tough, man. And
Okay, Cunningham's a monster, man.
Yes,
so what do you think about the USA versus the world?
Yeah, they
and also
now. Who's playing?
Yeah, but
USA.
I don't know. If the NBA, if you look at all the top players, they're playing for the world, right?
Yeah.
You got
yeah, all of them. You ain't got to name them. All of them.
they got all the stars.
All of them, man.
Who Cunningham playing for?
Who?
USA. Cunningham's from America. He about the only one.
Listen.
Because you think about it, you got Luca, you got the Joker,
you got
SAG, you got Jamal Murray.
Hey.
Who else they got from overseas? They got more
you know
guys.
What? Let me throw this in there. If this was a pacifier,
Wembanyama.
If this was a pacifier league, you could name all the Americans. They can't quit crying. They cry more than them. He hit me. That's a foul, man. Shut up.
Nobody cried more than Luca, so that's
Yeah, Luca be crying.
Right there with him, though.
He learned real quick.
Everybody crying now. Everybody crying. I watched one game, they were giving out pacifiers.
That's what Bishop just said. Yeah, that's the new thing, man.
Yeah.
That's why
a whole lot of problems out there now.
I kind of walk with college basketball before I go to the crybabies, because at least if they cry in college basketball, we can call them babies for real, right? You got these freshmen out there playing like grown men now.
Well, they don't cry like that in college.
No, that's what I said. That's why I go. March Madness is my time. I'll catch up with the $1 million babies in June.
There you go.
They got
The only thing I like about college basketball is at the end, man, they drag the games out too much. They keep fouling everybody, bring them through the free throw line.
Listen, I mean,
they traded that guy. They traded the guy to the Grizzlies. The kid Walter Clayton Jr. He's part of that trade.
Triple J, they sent Triple J there.
Yeah, I know, but Walter Clayton Jr. is one that they got back. He's the kid that was killing them for Florida last year.
Right. Yeah, I saw that, man.
Yeah. He's the one that put UConn out.
They got rid of him.
Yeah, he's the one that put UConn out. I mean,
Six got Triple J, man. Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah. But you know, Bruce, he got to stay out of foul trouble. He got 3 fouls when he stepped on the court.
Yeah.
Oh man.
He can watch it.
His shoes are too big. Anyway.
Got the Lakers and the Nets on tonight. That's one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this first game, they got Denver and the Pistons come on 7 o'clock.
It should be good. 7 o'clock now.
Tonight?
And Joker back. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
A minute's in. Give us a call to prayer, bro.
All right. Everybody ready?
No.
Yes, sir.
We thank you for your grace, your love, your mercy, because you're a magnificent God, an amazing Lord. We give you praise and glory and honor for your love and for blessing us with the greatest gift you have ever given to humanity, your Son, the Lord Jesus Christ. And Father, we ask that you bless every member here that's on the show tonight, God. Bless the household,
Yes,
bless their families, bless all that are listening, Father. And we thank you again, Lord, for supplying our every need according to your riches and glory through the bread of life, your Son, the Lord Jesus Christ. We pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right, fellas.
Amen. 2 times.
I'm gonna go watch my Lakers.
All right, you guys. Have a blessed night, everybody.
All right, y'all have a blessed
All right. Listen, Henry, you got fresh popcorn for your Lakers, man. Just pick it up